Yo, what's good, people? We're gonna talk about the card last night. It was an amazing card. That was a $60 well spent. I was kind of reluctant, but I'm glad I spent it. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's talk about Morel versus Vive. I believe that's his name. That was an incredible fight. It was an equal record, which was interesting. Equal amount of KOs and things like that. I've never heard of the dude, so it was interesting to see them fight. What was interesting is I want to know in the comments, who do y'all believe won? I really want to know. It was 30, I believe CompuBox had it 33 more power punches for Vive, 33 more jabs landed for Morel, and I believe they was actually pretty even when it came to the body punches. So, in my opinion, I wasn't really scoring it, but that could have been a draw, real easy. When it come to Pollo and Matias, that was another interesting fight. I want to know who y'all had getting the victory on that fight. I believe Pollo had 22 more jabs and 23 more body punches, which was interesting. I believe Matias only had 5 more power punches landed in that fight. And we know the whole thing about this Tom and Jerry thing going on in boxing and things like that. And when you look at Matias and when you look at Morel, well, Morel wasn't really the aggressor. Can't say that. But when it comes to Matias, he favored, the Tom and Jerry rule or whatever as being Tom, chasing the guy and things like that. So I don't know if it was business or whatever. I don't know who y'all had winning. Like I said, I didn't really score it. I was just kind of enjoying the fights today or yesterday. And yeah, but those was two close fights. The first fight with Morel and Vive could have definitely been a draw, and even the second one could have been a draw. But they gave it to Matias. I guess he has more longevity in the sport, a much better name and things like that. To be honest, that's how I think they rated and things like that. Who knows? Y'all let me know who y'all had. All right, now let's go ahead and get into Shakur Stevenson. That's what you like to see. I like to see Shakur mixing it up a little bit. For the first 4 rounds, he out there banging with Cepeda. That's what I like to see. Outboxing him, outbanging him, just putting in that work. I never seen him as a runner at all. I understand his defensive style. He be in front of guys and they just can't touch him. But it was lovely to see him really putting some power punches together, combinations together to hurt his opponent. Bad intentions for the first 4 rounds. That was beautiful. I love to see that. Because I believe that in the Artem, was it Artem? I believe it was the Artem fight. He could have got that guy out of there. I believe he could have got a couple guys out of there if he really put his stuff together. But again, we understand the hand situation and things like that. But I never considered him a runner at all. A lot of people get it misconstrued because of the De Los Santos fight, but he's definitely not a runner. Another thing is this: I definitely seen glimpses of Floyd in there. What? That defense was immaculate. My man looked good in there, I ain't gonna lie. Now, let's go ahead and get into the main topic here. Edgar Berlanga. Sheeraz put pause in that dude, and I knew it. It was simple to see. A lot of people got him hyped because of that Canelo win and things like that. But I was hearing so many bad things about Edgar Berlanga before the Canelo fight. He can't box. He's not that good. He got bad footwork and all this kind of stuff. So can't expect too much. Which leads me to my other point of how good is Canelo's resume for real. Let's play it back. We got Skull. That was the craziest fight ever. I believe it was recording lowest punches ever or something like that, somewhere within the range. And to be honest, I'm gonna just hold that opinion. But anyways, then you got Berlanga, right? Canelo versus Berlanga. He couldn't even get him out of there. Sheeraz got him out of there in the 5th round. Canelo couldn't even stop this guy, which leads me to something I seen on Twitter that said Canelo's best wins was on PEDs. Damn, that's crazy. Anyways, then we got Munguia. Munguia got stopped by a guy that we don't even know that had like 10 or 8 KOs. Then we got Charlo. He was coming up in weight. Charlo got outboxed by Tony Harrison. If he didn't get that lucky left hook in, he was going to lose 2 times to Tony Harrison. We don't know where his career would have went after that. Next on the resume is an old Triple G, a 40-year-old washed Triple G. I don't know why Canelo took that fight then, but he did. And prior to that, he had the Bivol fight, which he lost convincingly, pretty bad. He was getting hurt. He was getting tagged up. Even with the Plant fight, with the Caleb Plant fight, he was getting touched up really bad until Caleb Plant got caught in the end and got tired. But look where Caleb Plant's career is now. These guys were never that good, in my opinion, in the first place. Decent B fighters at most, but not A-type fighters, man. And then prior to that, he had the Billy Joe Saunders fight, which, you know, he took care of business there. But I'm really looking at Canelo's resume, and I see a lot of flaws. And a lot of these guys that he's been fighting are definitely not A-type fighters. So September 13th is going to be fireworks. Can't wait. Hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Boom!